to a special episode of the Civil Canadians. As you can see, I am the very good looking King Kansas. That is Mr. Great Scotty V. Mr. Great Scotty V. And that's just Mr. Movies over there. And that's just some guy over there in the chair called Mr. Movies.
Movies. Oh my god, you got an upgrade.
Listen, there's only one doctor in the MCU, and it's Doctor Strange. It's
That's
not you,
true.
okay? Anyways, guys, we're here because we're going to be doing a Marvel first 10 years cinematic universe film rank best to worst movie special. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be re-ranking or letting you guys know what the Civil Canadians have ranked the first 20 movies of the MCU. Scotty, you believe there's 20 movies, man? Do you think there will ever be 20 movies?
Jesus, Murphy, no.
Huh? You can see the smile on his face. There's going to be another 20 more to come. You believe that? I'm going to be like 90.
Here's too many more, though, right?
You guys are just.
I just want an X-Men.
You're going to be the King's Age by the time. Oh my Lord!
I
want
want a good X-Men and good Fantastic Four movie.
It's coming, Scotty. Phase 4, 5, 6. I don't even know what the hell.
I don't know what the hell.
I don't know if the King's going to be lasting past Phase 5. I think he's going to be done.
You don't
I'm going to be
make it through all the
5-0.
phases.
5-0. Phase 5 for the King.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God. Anyways,
Let's start
guys.
this.
Okay, guys. So this is number 20 on our list. So the number 20 movie on our list, guys, is The Incredible Hulk. So what are you guys' thoughts of our 20th pick being
Quickly,
Incredible Hulk?
it was way better than Ang Lee's Hulk back in 03.
Hell yeah.
Not a high bar in all fairness.
Norton was great.
Yeah, Norton was great. CGI was great. William Hurt was great. Besides that, the movie
Story was absolutely horrendous.
Yep, pretty much.
You think so?
Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
It was bad.
We liked it because it was shot downtown Toronto. That's what it was.
It's filmed
pretty
in
much.
Hamilton.
Toronto. It's with the the big Scotty. Do not dare test the. It's downtown. Stand the
Okay.
record, man.
Okay, it was filming in Hamilton too, but okay.
Well, I'm saying the last fight scene was Yonge Street.
Okay.
Check it out, Scotty. Listen to the King.
Okay, no, I don't.
Anyways, it was a good film.
Scotty, I
I
love
think, you guys, for us, I think it didn't have a great impact because it was released too early in the MCU's conception. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was.
Second film.
It was a second film in,
Exactly.
and we got a damn good one in some other, Tony Stark movie before that.
Yep.
Okay, so now, speaking of Tony Stark, our number 19, guys, Iron Man 2. So what'd you guys think? Does it deserve to be this low in our list, or should it have been higher? Me personally, I think it needs to be where it needs
That's a
to
good
be.
place.
That's
for
a good place for it.
It was definitely a poor movie, especially coming off probably at that point easily the greatest Marvel movie, one of the greatest.
At the time.
Yeah, one of the greatest superhero films ever made at that point, right? So yeah, 2 being so
Villain,
disappointing.
Whiplash, like I said, you got an actor like Mickey Rourke in it, and it just after he did The Wrestler, and if you think that they were gonna, you know what it reminded me of, guys? Batman and Robin, when you got Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, major actor, shitty script,
Very poor plot
and that's
as well.
what happened. And it was just a very boring story.
It
Yeah.
could
Cool
never have
things in
happened.
it,
Nothing
but
would
not
have
good.
changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, I didn't really grow fond of it, anyways. Okay, number 18, Thor: Dark World.
Yeah.
That for me actually is lower. I think it would have been.
You would have been. I think you did place it a little bit lower.
I
but-
did.
Well, you know how we do things around here, right? Mr.
Yeah,
Movies,
I
we average.
I have hatred for that movie.
I didn't hate it as much as people, not as much as
I think I like
hated,
Iron Man 2 more
Iron
than
Man
it.
2. I hated it. That's why I think number 18 is fine. Thank God it didn't squeak into the top 10.
Well, the reason
I would
I
have
think-
killed
yeah.
both of you guys.
Well, the reason I think I can agree is because it has more importance because of the Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Aside from that, if it didn't have the Infinity Stone, that would have been like
Again, they
one of
messed
the
up
worst.
the villain. You had the Dark Elf. What was
Malekith.
it?
Malekith.
He could have been much more badass
Exactly.
than what he was, and they kind of like dampened him down. He
That's the
comes back
running
and he
theme
just kinda
though for
gets
Marvel.
defeated,
Up
right?
until when we enter a top 5, I think that's when we'll start looking at the top tier.
Exactly,
villains.
and for me, it's like it kind of like it was a step backwards from the first movie. Okay, so now, anyways, guys, number 17 on our list, Iron Man 3. So, any
Yeah.
words of that? I think it was good. I think it deserves to be where it is because it basically, to me, it's kind of like the aftermath of what happened in the first Avengers film.
Avengers.
FNGs.
Okay, Tony, he had to deal with his inner demons from being traumatized.
I
And
think it
that
was-
was a good
yeah.
way for him to be more Tony Stark than he was Iron Man.
I think it was a great Tony Stark movie, poor Iron Man movie.
How did you like the villain?
Better than 2.
It was the Mandarin.
Well,
Yeah. Did you like the whole flip of
No.
the
No, I
actor
hated
portraying?
that. No.
Ben Kingsley should have been the actual Mandarin.
He would have been
Mandarin.
so good, man.
I thought he was killing it. He was
was-
hilarious when we
he
found
was-
out, but he
he
was
was-
killing it when we didn't.
Good
know.
job, but when we found that twist, it was like
He was so good up till that twist.
Yeah.
exactly. So that's what we have to say. That now number 16, boys. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
No, for me, that's where
You
I
think it should be
Oh.
lower or higher?
higher, way,
Higher?
way higher.
I think
for
it's.
me.
There's been better movies.
I know.
I think you're right, Scott. I love Cumberbatch as and his love interest,
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just the what is it? The ancient one or the old one? What the hell was it called?
Ancient one.
For
Like,
me,
she
I know
kinda ruined it
this.
for
I know
me.
this is a democracy, but if this was a dictatorship, that would be top 10 easy for me. I
Why,
love
Mr.
that
Movies?
movie.
Explain to YouTube land.
Quickly.
I thought it was one of the strongest origin stories. It was like, because I hate origin stories completely. I'm like, I've seen 2 Spider-Man origin stories. I'm like, I can't take this anymore.
It's a different character we haven't
3
seen.
times, right? This was one of the best. Where I'm like,
2.
I know nothing about this guy, but like, I'm so interested. Like the CGI, I think. At that point, probably my favorite CGI of any Marvel movie.
Oh, special effects were amazing. It was like
yeah.
we said, Inception on
The complaint
drugs.
about
Scott?
the complaint about the older one, right? That's probably where my similarity comes in. That's why I wouldn't rank it like top
No,
5.
for an origin film,
Yeah.
it's excellent.
I love
think,
the
I
origin
think where
film,
it
yeah.
sits, it's pretty good. Should it be a couple of notch higher? Possibly.
Yeah.
Over a few other ones that we might have on our list, but I think it's good. It didn't come last, but it sits, 4 or
Yeah.
5 from the bottom. I think that's pretty good, guys. Okay, so now another film there. We just seen the sequel, but this is not the sequel we're talking about. How about Ant-Man? It's our number 15 on our list, guys.
I would say about
When you think it's pretty good?
right.
That was accurate.
Fun, heist film. Good introduction to a character that who gives a
No one
rat's
cares.
butt.
Let this sink in.
Yep.
Ant-Man is a bigger household name than Justice League.
Oh, easily.
That's pretty sad. He's one of the original Avengers.
Let this sink in. I bet you the new one's gonna make more than Justice League.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think, guys, with the addition of Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly,
I think the cast
playing
was
the
excellent.
future Wasp,
Yeah.
they really, and even Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Oh, killed it.
If you didn't believe him as, the Ant-Man, you wouldn't do it.
I just
villain
remember.
shit.
I just
The
remember
villain
Paul
was
Rudd.
awful in the first one. Yeah.
Before Ant-Man, all I remember him by was Friends. When he married Phoebe, that's all I remember him by.
Yeah. He's in a whole bunch of comedy movies before that, guys. Like
You
some
can tell he's
lesser known.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's perfect casting again.
Yeah.
Like one of
Yeah.
those, they found the right person, right timing, right everything.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Now we go to a little bigger movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is number 14 on our list. So what do you have to say? Does it deserve to be as low as it is, or should it be a little higher, Scotty?
I think it's fine where it is because the second one kind of lost its magic.
I think so. I think we've seen what happened in the first one. and
Because the
it's
first
kinda
one,
repeat,
the first
right?
one was great. I love
Oh,
the first one.
one was
The
something
second
different.
one kind of, we already had it from the first movie, and it was kind of like a retool of the first one.
Kurt Russell was excellent.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
was
gonna
great.
say-
I disagree with you guys.
Okay.
I'm not as strongly as Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, I strongly disagree with you guys.
Okay.
Guardians 2, I think it should be a couple notches higher.
Higher?
I thought there's some movies that we haven't named that I already know I wouldn't have liked as much. But still, I definitely agree. It lost its magic because the first one was so unique. We've never seen like more movies have been
Yeah.
funny, but that was the first one that was the
It was first as space-based.
has the
Yeah, it loses its
Space-based.
appeal because you already seen it. The
Yeah.
surprise element is out of the bag, and you
And-
kind of you knew what to expect.
And that was like the first Marvel movie that like the comedy was forefront. Like the others, they were all funny, but like that was the first one. Like
They put it
forget
first.
everything. We need to make this funny. We need to make this hilarious. And I think it worked so well for the first one because
I agree.
we don't know these characters. Second one kind of lost its magic because we already know and love these characters, so we kind of wanted more depth in it, and they didn't. It really was
the
like
only thing we really got out of it
1.5.
is we got more information of the original Guardians team.
Yep.
And Yondu, how close him and Star Lord actually are. And
Loved
of course,
Yondu in it,
spoiler alert, he dies in
Yep.
it.
That
That
was-
was kind of touching.
That was a touching death.
That was one of the best part.
I think so. It
One of the
was
most
more
emotional
heartfelt.
deaths I think in the Marvel universe,
I agree with
actually.
you.
Up until
Up
the most
until
recent one,
Infinity
yeah.
Until
War.
that movie that came out.
Marvel
earlier
movies-
this year.
Marvel
When they
movies-
decided to one up themselves. by
Marvel
about
movies
20
don't make
steps.
me cry, man, but that Infinity War made me cry.
No, that was good. The ending, the last like 5 minutes, 10
Yeah.
minutes was like
Yeah.
holy
All right,
crap.
let's
Anyway,
continue.
next one, boys, on the list. Number 13, Ant-Man and the Wasp. We just seen
Yeah,
that in theater.
we just saw that last
Do you
week.
think it deserves to be higher than our Ant-Man? Or what? I think
Definitely.
it should be.
Yes,
the other,
it should
you
be
do?
higher than
Definitely
the
higher. I think
original.
lower than
Sure.
Guardians for me though.
Do you really think that
I enjoyed it more than the first.
you did?
Besides
Okay.
one scene of the first one,
Which part?
the retelling, with Louise telling the
Oh
story.
yeah, that's where we got the.
It was
whole-
more toned down than the second one. But besides
Mm-hmm.
those two, I would go with the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
The story was much more. Well, I guess when you compare the two, the first one had a stronger storyline because it was more like an origin telling in a heist film. The second one,
They had
like I
more
said,
fun
for
with
me,
it.
what did the second one maybe slightly less for me in the rankings to make it less was I didn't like the whole back and forth hot potato of the building, the lab. Take the damn thing and run or hide. Like you didn't have to keep on. You know that was like the key element. In
Yeah,
Red.
that got annoying
But
after a while.
I'll tell you right now, when you look at the action itself, yeah, the Wasp, holy smokes, she stole the show.
Yeah.
It should
you know,
have been called
so-
the Wasp and the Ant-Man.
That's right, Scotty.
Probably the
That's
best,
right.
I'd say the
I
best
agree.
female lead
Oh,
we
so
had.
far,
supporting
until we
cast.
see the other
Yeah.
ones go down the road, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So now, guys, our number 12, Captain America: First Avenger. So what do you guys think of it?
That should be a little bit higher.
You
for
think
me.
a little higher?
I love
Lower
that
for
movie.
me.
Why?
I hated the movie.
Why? The only thing I found negative of the whole movie that I didn't like, I told you, was that whole propaganda stuff, that singing and marching.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only thing
If
I
they
didn't
can
like.
trim that out of that, the movie, I think, in my opinion, would have been a little higher.
For me, it comes right
Red
back
Skull
to
was
Doctor
good.
Strange. My
Okay.
point, where I love Doctor Strange's origin story. I'm someone who hates origin stories. Captain America runs right into my hate. I do not like these kind of origin
No?
stories.
I'm going to tell
no
you
way.
this fact. Before the first Avenger, I hated Captain America. I
Really,
always
eh?
made fun of Captain America. Like, he's so cheesy. He's the stupidest thing ever.
Come on, he's named after a country.
For me, I
Like, you know?
hated including that. It's only after that we'll get to those movies.
I
I'm sure.
watched
but after
I
that,
watched that in the theater on my birthday, the first
Mm-hmm.
Avenger. When I watched that movie, Chris Evans did Captain America. He's my favorite MCU character right there.
Captain America is the heart and soul of the MCU, guys.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, the way Steve Rogers or Chris Evans sells and portrays
And when
him
when he dies, it's gonna be bad.
oh, I'm telling Scotty, don't you dare.
yeah.
I'm gonna eat a box.
For
of
me,
peanuts.
we'll get to it, but just based off that movie, did nothing
Just like-
for me with Chris
You didn't?
Evans. Didn't like that movie at all. I thought it was a very poor movie, but
Really?
Yeah.
Because maybe you couldn't relate to a lot of the
Probably.
stuff.
Sure.
Like, but
Probably.
me, I could see a lot of Steve Rogers in myself.
Fortunately, I
you know, being a
know,
small guy or whatever,
yeah.
getting picked on like he did. I kind of related to that. Maybe that's why I think maybe Scotty thinks maybe he should be a little like being bullied.
And I know
That's
I might
what he
get I
was.
know I might get some hate, but fortunately we're about
We forgive
to
you here on set.
he's about to redeem himself for me in a humongous way. So
Okay.
I already know.
Okay, so we think it should be higher. You think it should be a little
Lower,
lower?
actually,
Okay.
yeah.
So now our number 11, Thor.
Yeah.
The first Thor
Yeah,
movie.
I think
The
it's fine,
origin
man.
film. Another one.
Thor, like I said, I made fun of Thor.
Yeah.
I
too, like,
I hated Thor.
Viking with stupid
I
things
remember
on his head.
in school,
Hammer?
what is he considered? A Greek god? A
Viking.
Viking god.
Viking
Norse
god?
god.
Norse
god. Okay. I hated him.
Yeah, he was
I thought he was the stupidest pile of
Cheesy, just like
crap.
Captain America.
I saw the first
The
Thor.
hat with wings, the
They
little hammer.
ditched that pretty fast in the first
Yeah.
one. They ditched it really
They just
fast.
put it on and bye. See ya.
Smart.
They needed to.
I watched the movie. I loved Chris Hemsworth. I liked Thor.
And Anthony Hopkins sold
Killed
Odin
being
too,
Odin.
yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for him, and even Rene Russo as his mother,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of Loki. Come on, Tom Hiddleston.
Legendary.
Best.
Best part of
That's
the movie.
why. That's like
That's
one
too
of the
bad-
coolest
too bad
characters
he's-
ever.
In
So-
general, though,
Okay.
for me, I didn't like it again as an origin story. I like the
Okay.
casting. That's where the
Okay, so
that's
that-
the one thing.
so-
Worthy.
So, do you guys think that it should have been a little higher or lower? Because I know a lot of the origin films
For
tend to
me-
be like
for me, lower.
For
For
me,
me,
lower.
it's fine where it is.
You know what?
For me,
I
lower.
wanted it to be like top 10, but you know what? For our next top 10, our next movie, guys, are
Yeah.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
It's fine where it is.
You think it's good where it is?
Great. I think it was a good movie.
Okay.
I liked James Spader's Ultron.
Oh, the voice.
The
Freaked
only
hell out of me.
criticism I have with that movie,
Okay.
actually I have two criticisms.
Okay.
They didn't need the Hawkeye family scene.
Yeah, that again deterred from.
I
the flow of the
disagree.
movie.
Actually, that's where
They
I'm
didn't need
disagree.
that. Okay, there's a safe house. Go to safe house. But his family didn't need to be there.
I think they did it too long, but I like the fact that they gave him more
and the
depth.
second
There's a
thing,
reason for it.
and the
Uh-huh.
second, now, because we saw Infinity War, now we know
There you
why.
go. That's why it's Marvel
But-
does their little crumbs here and there.
But the second thing I wish
Did
they
you like-
did better was they should have made Ultron more scary.
Yeah.
yeah, more.
If
more
you look,
badass.
if you look at the concept art they had for Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
he was like the scariest pile of shit ever.
Jeez.
Like you would be scared if you walked
Yeah.
by him.
See, Scott, if there was an rated R version, I could see that, but because all the kiddies are gonna still see the Avengers,
It was
scared the hell out of
Disney. It was
them.
Disney.
I didn't like the
Wars.
film in general. I thought it was much better than the origin stories because I hate origin stories.
See, the cool part that we got,
Disappointing, I think, is the best word because after Avengers, of course.
I
you
enjoyed
expected something.
Age of Ultron. I just wish Ultron
I did
was.
not, unfortunately.
I just wish Ultron was more scary.
see,
Yeah.
for me, I could care less about Vision.
Exactly, same for me.
I
could care less about
The way he was
the
created.
twins. I didn't care about.
You know what? Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Well, Vision in the
I'm
comics,
happy
that's how he
she's
was
the one that
created.
didn't kill off.
And
Actually,
Quicksilver,
Well, he's coming back in the fourth one.
oh, we'll see what the
Yeah,
hell happens.
no.
I don't know. Is it gonna be?
I
him
didn't
or not
like him much either.
But yeah, overall,
yeah,
I think it deserves where it is because it was still a good movie. It wasn't as good as the first
it's not
one.
a terrible movie.
But-
Disappointing for me.
I think, guys, for it being our number 10 spot, I think it sits in a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unique. Okay, now number 9, Iron Man.
Yep.
So what do
It's
you guys
fine.
think?
It's fine where it is.
I
For
put
its
it. I put
first
it higher up.
introduction, we had no hopes for it when it first came out,
Since
or expectations.
it would have been higher,
Okay.
but the problem is there's been much better movies
Oh, yeah.
since, so it's gonna get bumped down.
It's
Great
hard
foundation
for me,
movie.
Because
That's what it was.
I think it should be higher up, but I think I give it too
I
much
went to high
credit because
school
it was the first one.
When I started high school, Iron Man came out.
yeah.
Okay.
I ended high school with the Avengers.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
night and day, guys. Night and day
So
right there.
from the first Iron Man to the Avengers,
It's a big deal.
The thing is, I'm looking at it from the time perspective. They had nothing to go off much, really.
yeah, for the time it was the best thing in the world.
To make that and make it that good on their first shot is something.
Yeah.
And that's right, because me, I could care less about Iron Man. I go, of
Exactly,
all
who cared about
superheroes
it?
you're picking, Iron
The
Man.
problem-
this
Iron
whole thing
The
up.
problem is with these origin movies,
Yeah.
we have this idea of the heroes being cheesy and stupid because of the comic book covers we've seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
or read. Marvel has made them more modern
Cool, yeah.
and cool, and now we like them.
Yep, that's what it is. They
Right?
had a modern day twist to them. and
Exactly.
that's what
Compare
it
them
is.
to when they were created in the 60s
Yep.
to how they are now.
And you're
Total
right, Scotty, you're
360.
right, because a lot of the storylines dealt with issues in the 60s, 70s, and
Not
80s. Now they're dealing
present.
with everyday issues that are
They're
happening
dealing
now. in the
exactly
world, right?
present issues.
But for the first thing, and thank God, I'm sorry, my buddy Tom Cruise, I know you were going to be Iron Man. Thank God you weren't.
Yeah, 'cause he
yeah.
would have been a
Because
horrible
if he
Iron
would
Man.
have done that, I think, guys, we wouldn't be here today with an MCU.
Yeah, no,
if Tom Cruise, as good
he's
as
he
is,
would have been
It's-
horrible.
He's not. He doesn't fit that role.
And I'm telling you guys, he was fighting as long as there was
Yeah.
making a Spider-Man, the first original movie. That he was there fighting for 5 years for that.
the next one.
Anyways,
Next.
number 8 on our list, guys. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Scotty,
Yeah, I think it's fine there.
you think it's good?
Because it was such a different take on a superhero movie that the soundtrack just made it awesome.
Oh, the music, songs that I grew up with. I don't know. what
I
you
put
guys-
it.
you guys
I put it
That's
higher
all
up,
I'm gonna
actually.
Did you?
Chris Pratt.
From
Chris Pratt did a great job.
Star-Lord.
Zoe Saldana did a good
Saldana,
job.
yeah.
Dave Bautista did good.
I was
Groot.
surprised.
For me, the main
It was
reason
fine, it was
is
all
because
good.
we talk. You just mentioned about someone like Iron Man. You're like, you don't care about Iron Man. Who in the world gave a flying shit about the Guardians? People did-
Exactly.
people like at least Iron Man. It was more you heard of him and you're like, I don't care. You never
right.
heard. These are nobodies.
No,
Yeah, man.
that's
And
what
they
I'm saying.
made them one of some of the best characters in the whole MCU to
Rocket
this day.
Raccoon?
One of the main parts of Infinity War, or for example, how far they've come.
Ask me prior to this movie. Who asked me if I knew the Guardians?
Hell no.
I don't know who they
I'll
are.
tell
They
you
made
right
them
now,
some of the best known
The
characters.
King has been around a while, and I didn't even know who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't even go see it. I'm telling you guys the truth. I didn't even go see it in the theater. I'm like, who the hell are these idiots?
Oh, I did. My
like
God.
personally.
I
And then
went to
I
watch
bought the damn thing. Scotty V says, buy this damn thing. Bought it.
Loved it, yeah.
Rocket Raccoon, Bradley Cooper.
Chris Pratt, my
And who
God.
would think a damn tree will be interesting in a
Vin
movie?
Diesel, one
I
of his
am
best
Groot.
roles.
I am
What the hell's the
Groot.
guy saying? He just repeats himself. Sounds like some old guy who doesn't know his name.
Yeah.
But
anyways.
he does it in different languages too.
Yeah.
That's
Zoe
what the-
Saldana killed it as
yeah.
Gamora.
The whole entire thing is
Dave
great.
Batista, they got a WWE wrestler.
Cut it out there.
He's an incredible wrestler. He does even better in that movie, in my opinion.
No, and then of course we got introduced to Ronan, right?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
Nebula in this one too?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Nebula
we
was
got
really good in it.
we had a little bit more depth, and we got
Yondu.
all these the Reavers or what the hell were they called? Scott?
Ravengers.
Ravengers, and we got introduced, guys. This was a good introduction to Cosmic Marvel.
And it was like
the Cosmic
it was like a
Universe.
half origin story, which I liked. It went into just how they met rather than their whole backstories, and I like that because it feels like it's not even a real origin story. They just kick you in.
Guys, overall, I guess Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
great movie. I think
Incredible
it
movie.
deserves where it is. I think number 8
Yep.
is pretty good in our
Incredible
list.
movie.
I
Maybe
think.
even higher for me. But
A lot
yeah.
of good actors,
Yeah.
good storytelling,
Everything terrific.
Crappy characters, you were saying, Mr. Movies, to make it interesting.
Yep.
Wango bango, as I say, right, guys? Okay, now takes us to our lucky number 7 movie, Black Panther.
Yep.
So you think it deserves where it goes? I can tell Scotty's face. You think it deserves to be
I would rank it a little lower.
little lower? How about you, Mr. Movies?
Top 10, a little lower though. Yeah.
You know what? I was expecting it for hit, guys. Like I would have put it maybe, like you said, maybe just above Iron Man. You know, like maybe
Yeah.
Guardians should have been above them. But you know what? I did enjoy it the second time. But
Yeah.
I understand why it made our list so high up because
Yeah.
everything's there. Story, actors,
Yeah.
you name it. We got. a
That's the
sample
thing.
of them
It
earlier.
shouldn't be insulting. When we hit the top 10, these
No.
are top tier movies.
They
These are like
You can't go wrong, no matter what
it's
order
the
they end up in.
slight differences now.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah. Terrific
Black
movie,
Panther.
yeah.
Again, Marvel movie magic.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
3 M's. Right, guys? Can't wait till we have more movie magic with some of the other characters.
Exactly.
Okay, guys. Now, Scotty,
Mm-hmm.
your boy. He's at number 6, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say about it landing at 6? Are you disappointed or
No, it's fine where it is.
Okay.
I compared this movie a lot with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I love the Tobey Maguire first 2 Spider-Man movies.
Incredible, yeah.
If I were to rank this with the other 2, I'm not going to count the third one because the third one was just pure trash. I would say this one would fall number 3.
Okay.
I would go Spider-Man original, Spider-Man 2,
And then 3. This will be the
Homecoming.
third one in the trilogy.
For me, weirdly, I'd actually say this probably my second favorite Spider-Man. I'd say this
Okay.
actually, and I would actually put it lower
Really?
back.
You would
I'm
add-
like one of the
where
few
would you put it,
people-
Mr. Movies? If you had
honestly, like just barely top 10. I think I like Black Panther and Guardians more.
Better than that.
I think even Iron Man I
agree.
liked more.
I loved Spider-Man Homecoming.
There's something about I guess like I love the character, but I grew up more like a DC kid, right?
Yeah,
So,
see,
like,
that's the thing.
you have to grow up with him as a kid.
I
in
grew
order
up
to
with-
love him
I-
as much as you do.
I
But,
grew up with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man was my favorite all the time.
For me,
That's
I grew
who
up
I
as
read
Batman.
too, right?
I grew up
The
with
X-Men.
Batman, right? So for me, I didn't really like. I saw Spider-Man, but it wasn't my thing. Then
Yeah.
later on, as I got older, I kind of got into him, and I'm like, this is cool, but like, I didn't really see the like. For you, it must be incredible, right? You grew up with him. So for me, top 10, I like him, but like, there's so many movies I like more than it. So.
I related more with Spider-Man because before Spider-Man became Spider-Man, he was bullied a lot and stuff like that. So I could
Normal
relate to
kid,
that, right?
Hard on life.
Yep.
Lost his parents. Lived with his grandmother. Didn't have any money.
I think that's what kept me
I think
going
the other
before.
thing is because I've seen just so many origin stories. I know this one. Thank God this one wasn't.
Let's
I think
just
that's the
be-
reason I even liked it at all.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man ruined it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So anything was good.
Anything with Andrew,
Anything was going to be better after that.
anything
right?
with Andrew Garfield, we knew was gonna be trash, and anything after that would be better.
I wouldn't blame Andrew Garfield for that.
And
though.
see, guys,
I blame Sony. See, I just blame Sony.
for me,
he was not a good Spider-Man.
there was only
No.
one bad thing I have to say about this movie, and it was I didn't like his suit too much with all those gadgets. Reminded me of Iron Man Jr. That's the only
disagree.
thing I had to
Futurist.
say.
I kind of liked it.
I didn't like
I liked it. I
That's
liked
not
it.
Spider-Man. If you follow the comic books like the King did, just like how Toby's, you had the web coming out of his wrist. He
Yep.
didn't have web shooters. Web shooters.
Great
Do not
himself.
change the man's stuff.
The stupid organic
Yeah,
webs.
yeah. And then, guys, I think we finally got one of the best villains in a long time. In
That's the one in the Matrix.
Vulture.
Especially
Michael
that,
Keaton.
especially that twist when he opened the door. I
oh.
couldn't believe it. I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!"
Oh yeah, I remember I cracked
I
myself.
think,
like,
guys,
oh my god.
Michael Keaton's performance in that kind of solidified the movie's
I
spot
thought-
for me at
I thought
number
Michael
6.
Keaton-
That's probably what breaks
I
into top
thought
10.
I
think,
thought
because
Michael
loved
Keaton
him.
was gonna be Zendaya's father, not
Yeah.
Liz's, not Liz's father.
And of course, Zendaya was an MJ, but even though her name is MJ is a tease, I don't even know what the hell's
It's
going on.
Michelle Jones. It's not Mary
Ah.
Jane.
Another everybody freaking out for
Michelle
nothing. Right, John?
Jane.
You know, but overall,
That's so bad.
that's what kind of hurt it for me, from
Yeah.
it being a little higher. If it had a little bit less more Iron Man gimmicky crap,
Yeah.
but you can understand like he was portraying Uncle Ben in this movie.
Yeah.
We didn't have an Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if we're gonna get. That's what I'm always wondering. His aunt found out who the hell he was. Spoiler, who cares? Too bad.
Actually, I think that was great.
No, that was excellent.
Yeah.
I want to know if Uncle Ben's alive. Is he dead?
He's
in
dead.
this universe?
He's dead because
Did they
in
mention
Civil
it,
War.
Scott?
Because in Civil War, when Tony went to go see Peter, Ant-Man.
No, Aunt May.
He said Ant-Man.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did hear perfectly.
Anyways,
What do you?
when Tony went to go see Peter Parker,
Whatever.
when Tony went to go see Peter Parker,
Yep.
Tony asked him, "How'd you get these powers?" And he's like, "Well, it's a long story. When bad things start happening to you,
Yeah, I get it.
His uncle died.
I thought that was an assumption.
If you
yeah.
pay attention to the context of what Peter was saying,
Yeah.
he mentioned Uncle Ben, something
enough.
bad happening to his family.
Maybe they split up, Scotty. They divorced.
No, they have to
Their
keep him
things
dead.
split
That's
up.
the thing. They didn't say it directly. They didn't like.
They didn't mention if he's dead or
There's two
divorced.
options. Either divorced and they separated.
They
his
have to
end,
keep
and
him
they had whatever. He abandoned Peter and
No.
and-
Or he's
dead.
the villain for the new movie. Yeah.
No, no, no.
That's a scorpion in
You know,
jail.
it'd be funny if Toby
Scorpion's
Maguire was the uncle.
Hey, that's what they were kind of hinting because they were talking behind
I would
the
love
scenes.
it. I would love it.
Now,
That
because
guy's saying maybe
because-
he abandoned them.
Because
That
the,
would be perfect
the
take,
young
yeah.
generation, the
Yeah.
kids now don't know who Toby Maguire is.
Nope.
Probably
so they
not,
won't know who he is. Us, we would know.
Exactly.
exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Toby Maguire, you better be Uncle Ben.
The Spider-Man.
It's
in the
time for
baseball.
you to die.
Hey, behave yourself. Do not kill off my Spider-Man, Scotty. Anyways,
He's been
okay.
killed off since 3.
Now we're getting into uncharted territory, guys.
Uh-oh.
Top 5, guys.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Ready? Our number 5, the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
We voted. This is, I think, the only pick that we had across the board that we picked Avengers as number 5.
Perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
Okay, give us Thanos. That's all I have to say.
A weird version of Thanos.
That looks nothing like the one now.
Yeah, I
Was
know.
he more purpley? I don't even know. I
It
can't
was,
even
it was
remember.
prosthetic.
His whole face
Yeah,
was
was it?
completely different.
Yeah, it was all different.
All I remember him smiling. That's
Yeah.
all I remember.
I remember when I was in the theater, I was like, I watched it, I was like, I know that purple dude. I couldn't remember his name. I was like, I know that purple
the
dude.
cartoons, probably.
Yeah, I was like, I know that purple dude.
Incredible
Seriously.
movie. The best one that ever came out when it came
If you
out.
think about it, it's an origin movie.
And,
In a way.
and guys, I think it's the first time we ever seen cinematically
All
a
of them
group
together.
of superheroes
Together.
from different movies
Different
to
franchises
be
come
all together,
Yeah.
and to make it work so much. Josh Whedon,
Yeah.
I think that was a masterpiece.
The problem for it is the next 4 all just improved on it.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
For sure.
it's a good stepping stone though.
Exactly.
The Chitauri was great. Loki was a
Yeah.
fantastic
Oh,
villain.
excellent.
Killed
The
I think
chemistry-
even better than in Thor. I thought this
Yes.
was perfect in this.
The chemistry of all the cast member worked.
Yep.
It was just the best movie.
And you know what, guys? Too, I think it was redemption for the Hulk.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They brought back the Hulk to be
Mark
a popular
Ruffalo- Mark-
character. There you
Mark
As
go.
much as I think
Ruffalo's
we
way
like
better.
Norton, right?
And the thing
this
is,
one he did turn
originally Marvel
Crushed it
Marvel Studios was gonna go with Mark Ruffalo, but they decided to go with Norton because he's a bigger actor.
because he knows how to write and direct and all that.
And that's what happened. You got Norton, he caused more problems for
Yeah.
the production, right? So they should
Bye-bye.
have stayed with Ruffalo since the
Buffalo
beginning.
killed it though.
Yeah.
Amazing. He saved the Hulk. That little love triangle between him and Black Widow.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was dumb. Opening scene was good. Like I'm telling you, all the
Everything
heroes
was
to work like the
so well done in
confrontation between
general.
Cap and whatever. It's just good. I just didn't like Cap's suit. I don't know for some
Yeah,
reason.
that was weird. That's a
It's
weird
like come
suit.
on.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what
I
the
think
hell?
universally, no one liked it. No one
I
liked
don't
that
like
suit.
that suit.
Not even Chris Evans liked the suit.
No, and
But after that, damn, did this suit get better?
Oh yeah.
tweaked to perfection in the next 2 movies. Anyways, guys, so that's number 5 pick from
Yeah,
the Silver Canadians.
number 4.
Okay? And this is what we got to hit them at the back. Anyways, okay, number 4, guys. One of my favorites, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Let me
Okay.
start off with this one. Remember when I said I might get controversy before? Hated the first
Okay.
one, the origin story. I hate these origin stories. Chris Evans did nothing for me there. This movie, he redeemed everything in a trillion, a billion, a gazillion times
It
over.
was a fantastic movie.
One of, I think
Spy action movie.
that was the
And Robert
when it
Redford,
came
right?
out. That was the
Bad.
best movie, best MCU movie. Not just best MCU. One of the best movies I ever watched because they didn't even emphasize the superhero-esque. They just want to make
Yeah.
a great freaking movie. It
Wasn't
reminded me
and
of
it was-
The Dark Knight. That kind, like
It was-
not that story-wise, but the way they directed it.
It was the Russo's first comic book movie too.
Incredible, just absolutely.
Movie,
I loved
Marvel, magic.
I love
That's when Chris Evans for me became the heart of it, where he's like, I'm like, I can relate to this guy now. I'm like, he's interesting. He's doing this stuff, right? He now in a modern setting, he's killing it, right? Such good chemistry with like
Black Widow.
Black Widow, right? Like incredible this movie. I loved it so much.
Scotty? What do
the
you have to say?
the Hydra thing. I liked.
The angle?
Loved it, yeah.
Amazing with Nick
They-
Fury.
What a perfect one. Yeah.
They killing off Nick Fury. They had to kill him off because they wanted to wipe out
Again,
people,
to
right?
progress the storyline.
You know what? Just Hydra was great. It was hidden all this 70 plus years in Shield. The Falcon, great introduction to them.
Amazing.
The Winter Soldier.
Anthony Mackie, right?
That fight scene on the bridge
Oh my.
with the Winter Soldier and Captain
That was.
America.
Here's the thing. That was one of the
That
because
was amazing.
usually the best thing for me. I remember that fight scene perfectly because usually the other ones you see, you watch these fight scenes, you're they're cool, but nothing much like comes out of it. That's the first one I genuinely was like scared for a hero. I was like,
Yeah.
I can see
It was
him getting
amazing.
seriously injured or even killed, right? Because I'm like,
That fight scene was
he
amazing.
was
with
so
the
well
knives
masked.
flying.
Everything was terrific.
It was.
You know what
it was
sold me
the
in the movie,
best.
boys? That elevator fight scene.
Oh,
my God, that was the best.
When they betrayed him and
With the
everything.
shield, and he steps on his shield, and it just right
It felt
on
like a spy
It was
thriller. that whole film.
It was one versus
That's
what?
sold.
6 men.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the elevator, in those closed confinement, like little.
Yeah.
He has that metal
Yeah.
whatever
It
thing on
was
stuck.
stuck on the wall.
I can't
Are you
emphasize.
serious?
I can't emphasize how much I love that movie.
That was so great. I loved it.
And guys, not only that, it added on the emotional element.
Exactly.
Bucky died in the first one. He comes back and he's this killing machine, the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. The shock across Cap's face when he realizes
Yeah,
that
because
it's Bucky.
he took the mask off.
Yeah.
'Cause when he flipped him, he
Holy,
grabbed this
and
thing.
then
Yeah.
grabbing his shield. When he
Oh, that was
comes up.
that was a foreshadow.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
that sick?
Yeah.
Like it just added layer upon layer.
Everything about that movie.
There you go. And not only that, the thing too, because Captain America was such, by the book, government this, government that, and to find out that his government
Has
is
been
not
Screwed
actually,
him exactly.
Yeah.
that kind of added another, and like you said, Hydra, Robert Redford, and then the whole Nick Fury thing, and the whole.
I knew
Crazy.
from the beginning when he was in it.
I didn't at all. That's why it got me.
Now the $1 million question before we move to our next pick, guys. Do you think it deserves to be at number 4? Because I myself, I think it deserves to be higher. I have it as my number 1 pick originally.
it wouldn't
on
be my
list.
number one, but like the thing, I
It
love
was
them
the thing
movies.
is
Is
number
it what it
4 because we've had better movies.
That
Okay.
should tell you how much I'm emphasizing how much I love it, and I think it should stay because
Okay.
it just gets so.
For me,
This
guys,
is it,
I'll tell you right
yeah.
now, from the movies that we have,
The soundtrack is
except
great.
one
Yeah.
in particular, our number 1 pick, the storyline for this is airtight. It's complete from beginning to end, compared to some of the other ones. Like, we're going to get to our other 2 picks in
Yeah.
front. There's plot holes in that one that didn't make it as strong as I thought as this one was, even with another particular big one that we kind of named our show after. If you guys don't, if you follow us, you know exactly what we're talking about. Anyways, okay.
Maybe
I think it should have been maybe
Yeah, maybe
a couple of spots,
I see
if
maybe
not,
a step
higher
higher.
myself.
I think it's fine where it is.
Okay, now,
Number 3.
guys, number 3, Mr. Thor Ragnarok. Thor himself. What do you think, guys? That's our number 3 pick.
Out of all 4 movies, that was the best Thor.
This is my this is where we disagree.
Okay.
On it. This
Okay.
is my number 1 this season.
Your number 1?
This is
Mr. Movies,
Number
why is it number 1 for you?
incredible. It's kind of like how much I despise the first two. How much I love them.
totally
in-
different.
How much I love them in
By far.
Avengers.
They made
Such
Thor
a good-
better.
Yeah.
My favorite
He's more
part.
himself.
Yeah, I think my favorite part. I love comedies, and like that's why I love Guardians so
Mm-hmm.
much. It's one of my top movies. This is Guardians 3, pretty much,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay.
Except with an even better cast,
2.5.
weirdly.
Yeah.
2.5. Incredible movie. The story is great. It's hilarious. The act, such chemistry. This is the culmination of Chris Hemsworth and Tom
Ruffalo.
Hiddleston,
And
and Mark Ruffalo. But like, particularly the two brothers, like you can tell they're so comfortable, right? Thor, you finally see Chris Hemsworth play a more comedic role.
Yep.
He should have been like this from the beginning. He's so much more comfortable he's a funny guy in general, I think. He's so comfortable in
Yeah.
this role as like more funny Thor, more confident Thor. Hela, I think.
Hela,
she had
holy
a minor
crap,
role,
villain.
but she was a great villain, right?
Excellent, Bill. She kicked ass.
If only she had a bigger role. That's why my one problem with this movie.
She took down the whole Asgardian
They have-
army.
She was the original, man. She
This the
crushed
MCU
his hammer.
typically,
She
in
did
my
a whole
opinion,
bunch of
has
stuff in that
weaker
movie.
villains.
Uh-huh.
This one, the strongest villains, and they gave her so little time.
Yeah.
That's my own criticism. The Grandmaster. Oh my God, what's his name? Who plays
Jeff
him?
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh my God! Every time he was on screen, I burst out.
And he's playing himself. That's how he is. He's quirky like that in real life. He's
Yeah.
one of those weird individuals, but that's what it
Besides
is.
Thor being a great movie, we gotta move on.
The best post credits, I
Because-
think, up until for me,
Is
Ant-Man
it?
the
Our
Wasp.
battery's gonna die soon, so we gotta move fast.
Terrific post credits, incredible. My number 1. Period.
Okay,
Great.
good villains, great everything. Let's go. Okay, number 2, Captain
War.
America: Civil War.
Second best MCU movie for me.
Third best for me. After.
I had him as my number 3, guys.
The reason
Yeah.
why is because all of them came together. They were fighting each other, and it broke them apart. And it gave a lot of problems to the Avengers because of what happened in Infinity War.
They had to pick sides.
Either you go with the government or you don't go with the government.
Yeah.
And for
Pick
me,
one.
it was a no-brainer. It was Cap
And-
defending his buddy. It was
Yeah.
a more personal level that
Well,
way.
for me, I agreed more with Iron Man.
We got our
Because he
MCU.
killed his mother.
We got our
Yeah.
MCU Spider-Man. We got our Black Panther. Great introduction to those two characters.
and Spidey.
That's what I
Spidey,
said, Spidey.
yeah, Spidey and Black Panther. Incredible movie.
That scene when Spider-Man flipped and took Captain America's shield. Done.
For me, it was just like
Scotty was
looking at
sold
them.
on that.
I was
Yeah.
so
by far.
happy.
For me, it was
I-
just looking at them, trying to pick a side.
When
Yeah.
that trailer dropped and they showed Spider-Man, I freaked. I came straight
Oh,
to
yeah.
you. I came straight to him. I'm like,
Guys,
dude,
Spider-Man.
dude, look, Spider-Man.
It was like a kid in a candy
First,
shop.
first I thought it was fake. I was like, dude, this is
There's
fake.
no way. They just added that.
They added that
Yeah.
crap. No,
CGI did
It was
it.
great. It was great.
You know, for me, it's because you
Unreal.
had to pick a side and like kept going back and forth. In the end, I picked Iron Man because
I was always Team Cap.
Cap.
for me,
I'm
I
not
was
looking
Team
at-
Cap up until he killed his mother. Even though he was on drugs or whatever, like
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
that was-
putting myself. I know, but if I'm Iron Man and I hear, oh, it wasn't his fault, he was drugged, I wouldn't give
I
a
see-
shit.
I see-
I'd want to murder him,
I understand,
execute
but
him,
you know
destroy
what?
him.
I would be more on nobody's side more than maybe Iron Man if
Yeah.
he wasn't brainwashed to do that.
For
You
me,
know,
even
because that's
brainwashed.
like that's his core inside. That he's that kind
Yeah.
of person to kill somebody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, it was always Cap because you know what? If I had a best friend, I would pick my best friend because that's who you
Yeah.
live every day with.
Exactly.
Rather than
But
your
for me,
bull
yeah.
crap government that you don't believe of what.
But
the
for me
hell
though,
they
if I'm
stand for.
Iron Man and I'm like, I don't care if this guy's drugged. If he murdered my mom and dad, I couldn't care less what he was a hawk
But did
on.
you guys?
I'm gonna kill
But
him.
did you guys notice that all the people who sided with Cap had some sort of family?
Mm-hmm.
They were more family oriented and grounded, like Falcon.
But did you
close
notice
to Cap,
they all had their
Bucky,
families
close to
alive,
Cap.
other than
That's
the
and
one
Iron Man. He was like a
Yeah.
rich guy spoiled.
All right,
Exactly.
our number one.
Okay, guys, our number one pick. If you guys don't know, there's one movie that we haven't mentioned yet, and what is it, Scotty V?
Infinity War.
That's
No.
right, Avengers: Infinity War. He's wearing the shirt. You know, spoiler. If you paid attention to the beginning, I didn't even realize it till now.
a
Scotty,
great shirt.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
It's a Street Fighter shirt with the Infinity War, or Marvel Infinite.
Well, you already know my opinion on what rank it should be.
You know what?
It's close. It's all
It's
the
our
top
number
three.
one.
Yeah,
Good reason.
universally.
It's very
Excellent
hard
movie.
not to say that it shouldn't be. Best villain ever, right? Scotty?
Period.
Period. Thanos.
Did what he said he was gonna do. He was gonna come in, kick some butt,
And he
take
succeeded.
some numbers.
He succeeded with a snap.
First
Best
villain
part,
who actually won.
yeah. Best part, it all revolved around the villain, which I killed the. Just
Well,
killed it for.
technically, he's not the first villain that won.
Ah.
Zemo.
No, but he was the most emotional because
Yeah, he was the
you could
yeah,
in a
exactly.
way you could actually see where he's coming from.
Because Baron Zemo, whatever, from the Civil War,
He managed to put a
he
wedge.
managed
between
to put exactly
Yeah.
split
them.
them
Emotional
apart.
wedge between Cap
Technically,
and
he
Iron
was the
Man.
first, but if you're looking like emotionally,
Yeah.
Thanos did it more.
Yeah.
See, Scotty, do you think the results would have been different if Cap and Iron Man were fighting side by side,
Easily.
rather than
Oh, yeah.
separated?
It would have been
Do you think they would be able to overcome
Yeah.
Thanos a lot easier, and there'll be a different outcome than what we ended up with?
If Captain America was there, he wouldn't let Peter Quill punch him in the face and ruin the plan.
Yeah.
Now, the ensemble in here, with all the heroes that we had in it, was it better put together than Avengers?
Yes.
Considering how many characters were in it,
That's the
it
thing.
balanced.
I think I give it more. I'd say no, but yes. No, because I just feel like Avengers is more compact. The reason I say yes to this is because you got to look at how much it had to juggle and how well it did it. I almost give it more credit because like that one only had like 5 was a lot for its time, right? But juggled it well. This one,
So many.
Holy God, like 20, 30 characters, and to do it
Yeah.
as well as they did, I think is
Yeah.
incredible.
All the storylines melded well, guys.
Yeah.
To come to a nice conclusion for now, because there's going to
Focus
be a
on the
part
right
2 or something,
characters,
right?
yeah.
We got one movie before the Avengers 4 coming out. We don't know what the hell it's going to be called, but it's going to be phenomenal. So, anyways, guys, I think that's our top 20
Yeah.
best to worst MCU films in the first 10 years.
Yep.
You guys let us know. Give us your top 20
Yeah.
list. Do you guys agree, disagree? If not, we're out of here. Scotty?
All right. If you like this episode, hit a like, share, subscribe, check out our other videos as well, and we'll see you next week.
Take it
Bye,
easy,
guys.
guys. Be
Bye.
good. Comic-Con, here we come.